Hi boys and girls, welcome back to Mr Breakfield Reads. It is Picture Book Friday today, so we're going to get straight into a picture book in just a moment. But before we do, I just wanted to show some pieces of work that people have sent into school, and anybody who has sent work in, they've sent it in through email. I'm just taking a picture of them. So I've got lots here to get through. Let me have a look. So we've got the first one, which is a wonderful front cover for the Twits, which is designed by Archie. So thank you, Archie, for that. You can see that he has drawn a picture of Mr Twit in all his grossness. Look at his disgusting fat tummy sticking out of his t-shirt and his big bushy beard with lots of bits of food in it. Mr Twit is quite an awfully gross looking man, isn't he? And then we've got another front cover for the Twits, which is here. Very unusual because some of you will think he's got it upside down. I haven't. This is exactly the way that Amara intended it to be held up, because the Twits have been stuck upside down. Well, here the title is upside down. So we've got a great picture here of the roly-poly bird there. Obviously the Twits looking fantastic. And Mugglewump and his family. Some bird pie there as well. So well done, Amara, and thank you for sending that in. Come back to Amara in a moment because she has sent something else in. Lily has sent this wonderful front cover in as well. So again, we've got the roly-poly, not the roly-poly bird. We've got the roly-poly bird is up here. The Mugglewump and his family are here, standing on their heads. Here's Mr and Mrs Twit, and here some of the birds stuck in the big dead tree as well. So well done to Lily there for picking up on a lot of the parts of the story. And lastly, for pictures at least, one from James as well. Not James, sorry, Henry. This is Henry. This is Lily's brother. He's produced a fantastic drawing here of a part of the book. So well done to Henry. Very impressive. And then what else have we got? Ooh, we have got Molly, who has sent in a piece of writing, which unfortunately hasn't printed off very well here. But what I will do is I will, under the video, in the description, I'll put that piece of writing up there so you can read it. A really good book review by Molly, so well done, Molly, and thank you for sending that in. It's a fantastic piece of writing. And very neat writing as well, so well done. You've obviously taken time. Unfortunately, it's just not very clear to show, but you'll be able to see it underneath in the description. And then Amara has done some fantastic writing too. There it is. And I will read this one out because it is a bit clearer for me to read out. The Twits have a hideous scowl and a mischievous grin when they play tricks on each other. The tricks make them both very grumpy. Mr Twit has got dirty grey hair, which looks unkempt and dishevelled. His wife, Mrs Twit, has short, pointy hair, which makes her look messy and very untidy. They both wear big, baggy, dark clothes, which make them look unfriendly. So there we go. There's another great piece of writing there. This time a character description. And Amara even produced a plan as well, a little bit like mine, but with different words. So well done, Amara, for planning your writing as well. A very important part of the writing process. And there is more, because there's one other piece of writing I wanted to show, which is from Holly. Holly has produced a piece of writing not to do with the Twits, but something completely different. It's called A Surprise at the Beach. Now, Holly's done lots and lots of work, been really, really busy in this time, like you all have, but her mum sent in some work that she'd done. It's great to see. Lovely to see those rainbows that you painted with your brother James as well, so that was nice to see. But I'm going to read this because it's such a good piece of writing. Me and my friends went to the seaside. When we arrived at the beach, we went to get some ice cream. We also sat by the gentle lapping waves in the beautiful bright sunshine. In the distance, we saw a sparkling cave. Deep inside the cave was a dark, creepy shadow. We were very afraid, and we crept nervously inside. We thought we saw a huge, terrifying monster, but it was a tiny mouse. We giggled at each other happily. After a nice day, we went home because the tide was drawing in quickly. So what a lovely piece of writing. That was called A Surprise at the Beach. Very, very interesting. And some great description in there. Lovely adjectives that you've chosen. And some fantastic adverbs. We've done some work on adverbs in year 2. You made some really good choices there, Holly. So it's a lovely piece of writing. And then that's it for pieces of work. So what we're going to do now is we're going to read my choice of book this week, which is The Dinosaur Department Store. And it's written by an author called Lily Murray and illustrated by an illustrator called Richard Merritt. Eliza Jane was an unusual child. Some called her willful, some called her wild. She didn't like bedtime or broccoli or rules, nor tidying up, nor going to school. So it didn't come as a great surprise when on her birthday Eliza Jane cried, "Mummy, Daddy, now that I'm 4, I'd like you to buy me a real dinosaur." Her parents weren't keen, it has to be said. They wished she'd asked for a rabbit instead. But they swallowed their fears, put on a brave face. "Let's go," said Mummy. "I know just the right place." "Hooray! Hooray!" said Eliza Jane, and off they went on the 10:20 train. They rushed from the station to the grand front door of the one and only Dinosaur Store. They rang the bell. Ding dong! The door opened wide. Eliza Jane stepped boldly inside. They were met by a man in a long velvet cloak, who twirled his moustache and smiled as he spoke. "Mr Magosaurus, here at your service. Welcome, my dears, no need to be nervous. Come with me on my magical tour of the dazzling Dinosaur Department Store." He pulled back the curtain with outrageous flair. Roars and hisses zipped through the air. "So much to see, it'll make your head spin. Are you ready, dear friends? Then let us begin. We have huge ones, scaly ones, dinos with beaks, sweet little fluffy ones, squeak, squeak, squeak. Fang-toothed carnivores grinding their jaws, rip-roaring raptors with sharp, slashing claws. Honking hadrosaurs playing in herds, tiny feathered theropods squawking like birds, a plesiosaurus feasting on fish. Yikes! Spinosaurus, give that one a miss. Huge stomping sauropods stretching their necks bigger than houses, the gentlest of pets. A Magosaurus with her mighty sail, a colossal Diplodocus whipping his tail. These are ankylosaurs, armoured like tanks. One's called Maud, the other's called Frank. A clever, fierce Troodon who stays up all night. And Miss Tyrannosaurus with her bone-crunching bite. Mr Magosaurus turned to the crowd. He simpered and smirked and looked very proud. "At last we have reached the end of the tour. It's time for you to choose your own dinosaur." But Eliza Jane had turned to go. "Thank you," she said, "but my answer is no. I did enjoy your wonderful tour, but I no longer want a real dinosaur." Mr Magosaurus cried out in dismay. "You've wasted my time! Get out of my way!" Eliza Jane's parents were rocked to the core as the storekeeper flung them straight out of the door. "Eliza Jane, are you upset? We thought you wanted a dinosaur pet." But Eliza Jane just skipped and smiled. "I thought they'd be happier out in the wild." Now, if you notice, I'll bring the book a little closer. If you notice what Eliza Jane's got in her hand, you see, it's a set of keys. And if we go back, you may not have noticed. I didn't notice the first few times I read it. But if you go back, you will see that at every point when Mr Magosaurus is showing Eliza and her parents the dinosaurs, you can see that Eliza is unlocking their cages. And she does that every single time, even with the Tyrannosaurus. So, at the very end of the book, there is a page full of the dinosaurs featured And what myself and Noah like to do when we've read this book is we like to choose our favourites. And mine hasn't really changed. My favourite is the hadrosaur, and the hadrosaur is my favourite simply because of the shape of its head. It's got a really curious shaped head. I wonder what your favourite is. You can pause this video to have a look at those illustrations. But a fantastic book, I think. And certainly for anybody who's interested in dinosaurs, but anybody who likes a good book, to be honest, and likes some great illustrations. Those are wonderful illustrations by Richard Merritt. So this is the Dinosaur Department Store by Lily Murray. And what we'll do next week is we'll have a brand new, not chapter book, we'll have a brand new picture book on Picture Book Friday. In the meantime, boys and girls, have a great end to the week, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay home, and happy reading. Bye, boys and girls.